50 years ago, I was the president of the Scarborough Surf Club, and we used to run up to Trigg Island for training, and we'd stop at the Blue Hole and have a few swims, then race back to Scarborough. But Eric Carruthers was fanatical. He said, oh, we should start a club, and even if we just have 6 members, we could persevere with it and it'll grow. And I said, okay, well, how are we going to get the members from the surf club? There's only about 3 of us here now. And he worked on it. He must have worked pretty hard, because eventually there was about another 5 or 6 men from the surf club decided to leave the club and come up to Trigg. We applied to the Surf Association for permission to start a club. And the verdict from them was, when I contacted one of the officers, he says, Martin, you've got bloody rocks in your head. Piss off the beach. That was his very words from the Surf Association. And of course that wasn't a very good start. And they sort of made us got our backs up, and we started the club anyhow. And one particular day there was a lot of people got rescued, and it made the headlines in the press because our boys rescued about half a dozen people that got caught in the rip. And of course the publicity we got from that generated the start of the club. If we hadn't been there that particular day, you would have lost about 6 or 7 people, because that was a very violent day, and these people rescued were 200 or 300 yards out from the shore. And I tell you what, that took some work from the boys, and we were very lucky we had Rod Baker here. He was a champion swimmer from the Scarborough Surf Club. Eddie McQueen, another champion swimmer. Red Abbott, another fantastic lifesaver. He could swim in the Blue Hole and without a belt and come in, and he was, I would say he would be the most powerful swimmer on this coast. One day morning after the rescue, I got a phone call from a friend of mine, Tom Plunkett, he's a builder from Perth, and he said, what's going on out there with this club? Haven't you got any gear? I said, no, we've got absolutely nothing. And his words to me were, get the Shire to give you a grant of land, I'll build you a surf club for nothing. What equipment do you require? I said, we've got nothing. He said, I'll get a boat and I'll pay for it. And Tom then decided to buy us a surf boat, which he called the Enid May, after his wife. Then when we went to the Shire and said we had a man who's going to prepare to build a surf club for us, they decided to build one for us, and they built us a small room to house our equipment, which is a start. And from that little humble beginning, you can see the outcome of the surf club today. It's fantastic. If it hadn't been for Tom Plunkett, I don't know what would happen to this club. I think it would have might have been disintegrated, because we weren't getting any support from the local Shire. Local business weren't helping us. The only person that came to light was Tom Plunkett. And with his help and support, I would say that's when the surf club really started to move.
Hi, I'm very proud to be with you here today to present patrolling and rescuing on our 50th anniversary. From very humble beginnings in 1953, we're now one of the most successful surf lifesaving clubs in not only Western Australia but the whole of Australia. And during that time, our whole primary mission has been on rescue and patrolling. Even in 1960, the club was able to perform 2,189 patrol hours, and that's more than some of the smaller clubs do today. By 1965 we had already completed 200 plus rescues, and that's at a beach that was very difficult to get to. And then along came the 1970s. Radios, car parks, roads, an influx of people into Trigg Island. In that year we had more than 100 rescues, which was nearly double the whole of 1953 to 1965. During that year there were the first mass rescues. In 1971-72 season, that was a year of innovation in a big way. Four-wheel drives, radios, and the infamous IRB. The towers were built to Scarborough. However, tragically, in 71-72, we had 2 drownings at Trigg Island. They weren't between the flags, but still a tragic event for our beach. In 1974, oxyvivers were initiated. In 1975, it was a great year for Trigg Island. It was our first win in the patrol efficiency competition at an average of 93%. We'd done more than 2,500 patrol hours. By 1980, we had won 5 consecutive patrol efficiency competitions. On the 12th of January 1980, we needed all of our metal. It was a black day, a day that we would see over 172 rescues performed. In the early 80s, I was able to witness 2 very, very difficult rescues. One with a very brave man, Ken Foster, swimming out into the blue hole and bringing back a German tourist and his daughter. We were able to save the daughter, but with Ken's great effort, was unable to resuscitate successfully her father. And that was a sad day for the club, but a very heroic effort by a very brave man, Ken Foster. In 1984, rescue and resuscitation moved more to prevention. Sadly, again during the 80s, another wasn't a black day, a black weekend, Australia Day weekend in 1988. And by the end of that weekend, in excess of 300 rescues had been completed by our members. Trigg Island was certainly at their best that day, and a day that we can all be very proud of. Also in the early 90s, the new phrase, proud to wear the cap, was brought into action. And that was, we were proud to wear the red and yellow, but we were also proud to wear the red, white and green. And it was the days when becoming a clubby was a lot cooler than it had been in the past. In 1996, our new tower was built by the City of Stirling, but by that time we had become the pride of Surf Life Saving WA, and I believe the pride of our community. The patrol caravan, a fantastic innovation and the first of its like, and one that many have copied as we've moved forward. So from having a reel in 1953 to having oxyvivers, defibrillators, stiff neck collars, boards, skis, IRBs, we've certainly come a long way in those times. And we had a vision, and that vision was to provide the community with outstanding service, especially in the area of best protection at Trigg Island Beach with no loss of life during patrol hours. A fantastic vision, and a vision all about looking after our community. We've conducted over 6,500 rescues during our history, and that's not even counting the ones which have got away or didn't go into the book. There's been constant evolution, but one thing has always remained the same. There is a self-imposed community service to protect our beach. There has been heroes, there has been mundane work, but there's been constant supervision of our beach. Life-saving patrols are not a thing that we do. Surf life-saving is a thing that we are. We are lifesavers, and our job is to protect our beach.
Hello, I'm Lindsay Bistrop, and I'm here to share with you some highlights of our club's 50 years involvement in surf life-saving competition.